from Align Natural Health. And today it's actually someone's birthday out there. And I just want to say happy birthday to you know who you are. And I just thought that with that, it just kind of reminded me when you have birthdays or special occasions coming up, sometimes that can bring up reflection and just make you think about where you've come and where you're going. And I just obviously, I'm always going to relate this back to health first and foremost. Is are you where you thought you'd be? Are you where you imagined your life would be? Is there something that in the last year you've accomplished that you're really proud of? Is there something that you've kind of put on the back burner? What do you want your life to look like going forward? Are there things that some people maybe make a list and say, these are the things that I want to do in life. Maybe that's career, maybe it's health, maybe it's just exploring the world, a certain vacation you want to go on. Are you where you want to be right now? And if that answer is no, what can you do today to work towards where you do want to be? What's a simple decision you can decide to make in order to reach that goal? One, yes, make it, if it really is truly a goal that you want, do you think it's available to you? Is it something you think is achievable? I know I'm leaving a lot of gaps here and a lot of dramatic pauses, but that's a good time to kind of reflect and think, am I where I want to be? Is there something out there? Is there something more for myself? And I'm sure there is a lot of things out there for anybody who's watching or will watch. There's always more that we can do. There's always more growth and achievement that we can work towards. And to do a lot of those things that you want to do the things that you want to achieve and grow and have a happy and successful life, the basis of that comes back to, and will always come back to, where is your health? Are you able to do the things you want to do and the things you want to achieve? Do you have the energy to do so? Are you clear-headed? I know things come up and life is not always perfect. There will be hills and valleys, but in the overall of it, is your health helping you get to where you want to be, or is it hindering you? Is it stopping you from doing the things you want? And this is where, if you take the time to just reflect and see what's the answer for me, and just think, what's the next thing I can do today, tomorrow, the next day? What are the things that I can start doing in order to have the health that you want? Because you have more power with your own health than you realize. We are able to heal. We are able to get over illnesses and things like that. You just have to decide that you want to and that you can, and be open to that. Commit to yourself. We can't wait around for other people to save us. No one's going to come to save us, ultimately. This is something that one of my mentors always says. This is the mindset that I know a lot of first responders have when they get into a situation where sometimes things go sideways and help is not close by. And ultimately, at that moment, no one's coming to save you. So what are you going to do for yourself? And I know that maybe that's a bit of a heavy statement and kind of around that kind of idea. It's also a very empowering statement because you have all the capability to achieve whatever you want and whatever you envision. What do you imagine for yourself? You can accomplish great things many times over. We are capable of so many things. Even as I said, we have the ability to heal. We get a cut or something on our hand. We don't have to tell our body what to do. It just does it. Uh, our hair just naturally grows. Our body is doing all the things that it's meant to do, and you just have to believe in other means that you can do it as well. Whether you have some sort of long-term illness, it could be chronic sinus issues like I've had, it could be skin issues, or it could be something even more so like what Kate deals with or has dealt with. She's made all the steps, she's made those decisions to improve her health and get to a place where she's able to enjoy her life, and she's still continuing to work to improve her health and working to help many people, because that's ultimately one of our goals, is to help a lot of people out there have better lives, because it is something that's available to you if you want it. We have quantum nutrition testing is an amazing skill and amazing technology that we have to help people. And I don't know that a lot of people really realize what we have to offer. People go to many different professionals, whether that's traditional medicine or whatever the route is. You have to ultimately go with who resonates for you. We have the ability to hone in on exactly what the cause is of what's going on with you. And a lot of the times, other avenues, it can be a roll of the dice. Oh, we're going to try this medication or this and see, we'll try this and see how it goes. And we're able to connect with your body, what your body needs in order to help it become better. And sometimes it just needs a little extra support. Sometimes it might need to detox some things. There's so many different layers to this. Emotions come into play. Emotions are a big one. We stress in our lives, all these other things. Sometimes it's just our mind, because we can go through a scenario where we've maybe had a fight, or there's just certain conversations we have with people, and sometimes you just go play it over and over and over in your head, and I could have said this, I could have said that, I could have done this differently, or maybe I wish that didn't happen, and so on and so forth. It's just never ending. And the stress that you can put on yourself is sometimes much worse, and that does reflect into our health, unfortunately. Stress can manifest itself physically in our bodies. And the beautiful thing with quantum nutrition testing is that we are able to hone in on issues in the body much sooner than perhaps other means like medical and whatever can do. And the sooner you can handle something that's not working right in the body, the better, and the quicker you can get over that. I mean, I've been here on this earth for 40 plus years, and I've got my own issues, and that's 40 plus years of toxins and exposures and stress, emotional stress, like traumas, however you experience that, because it's different for everybody. And sometimes our unconscious mind likes to take the simplest of situations. And as a kid, you can take something so simple as maybe you've gone to wake up your mom or dad in the morning, and they just, tell you to go away. And maybe you make that something so much bigger than it needs to be. But our unconscious mind takes things so personal, right? And that can affect you down the line. This is something that these are things you have to address, as far as emotions being a big part and handling your stress. And I feel like I'm going on quite the tangent here, but there's so many important layers to this. Kate's got a couple things to chime in. So true. I think stress played a big part in some of my big health issues. Unfortunately, that was at a time when I didn't have access to testing yet. now is so much easier to know what's needed. Exactly. If you have the answers, if you had the answer to a problem you were trying to solve and you could get it easier, wouldn't you want that? Isn't that worth saving your time, money, and energy? Wouldn't you want to take the direct route to the answer rather than taking the long route? Just something to reflect on. And so, if you're not exactly where you want to be or where you imagine your life as far as health, this is something where I can help you. We can get to the root cause of what's going on with your body. If you're dealing with, like myself, I've dealt with skin issues, sinus issues, there's even been constipation as well. And all of these things kind of tie together, oddly enough, to liver stuff and detoxing for me. For you, maybe it's those things. Maybe it's related to heartburn. Maybe it's related to something autoimmune. There's so many things that could be at play. But if you're dealing with something that's been long term, even headaches that happen every day, maybe you call it your normal headaches or your normal whatever. Oh, that's just me, or that's just what happens at this age. I don't believe that for a second. And you shouldn't either. That's my opinion anyway. Don't decide that a certain age, or don't put limits on yourself. That's a decision you've made. That's a limiting decision. And I think if you give yourself the opportunity to be open and explore different options, you can have, I think that for one will open up doors as far as having better health, having a better life, being able to accomplish those goals that you want to accomplish. And if you could just imagine for a second, if there was something different about your health today, if your health was better and you were able to do one thing that you maybe couldn't have done, if you were able to do that today, what would that be like? If maybe this could even be for your kids, because we do work with children as well. Is there something that your children or your child is not able to do that they could do? How would that impact their life? How would that change everything? There's a lot of things going on with kids that we've talked with clients recently, and they're having sleep issues and speech delays and just anxiety related things, emotional dysregulation. And what could their life be like if they didn't have that? What would it be like? What would your life be like? Because what happens to them directly affects the family and the parents. It directly affects you as well. And it's helping kids helps the whole family. The whole family. That is spot on. Absolutely true. And I don't know what it is that I need to say sometimes for people to get to the point where they're ready to commit to themselves and commit to better health and a better life. Maybe this has planted some seeds and gotten you to reflect, because this is where milestones and birthdays and anniversaries and things can sometimes bring up these memories and these thoughts. And I hope that just kind of talking about it today maybe has gotten you to think about that for yourself. And if you perhaps are ready to move forward and work with your health, on your health, if it's with me or with Kate or maybe with someone else, whoever is going to get you to the place where you can have the life you want, work with them. Don't wait any longer. Go reach out, send a message to me, send it to whoever who resonates with what you need. Because that's ultimately what needs to be as well. You need to have that connection with who you work with, because you need to, that's so important for that process. Yeah. So I'll just leave you with that. Where do you imagine your life? Where do you want it to be? I'll leave you with that question. And if anybody finds they want to work with us, please reach out, send us messages. And absolutely, as Kate just said, don't give up ever. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your children. Never give up. There's always something that can be done for your health. There's always something that can improve your life. So never, ever give up. Always keep moving. Always keep looking for answers. Because just because one place you go to doesn't have answers for you, you don't have to accept that. You can keep going and keep looking for multiple avenues. It doesn't have to be medical. It can be in the natural route. It can be Reiki, massage, whatever it happens to be. There are many options out there for you. And it's just a matter of keep searching until you find what works and what you know in your gut. Because our intuition speaks to us and we just need to listen. So listen to that and imagine what your life could be like. It is available to you. Just imagine. And at that, I wish you all a good weekend, a wonderful Father's Day for all the fathers out there. Have an amazing time, and we'll talk to you next week. So live well naturally. Take care, everybody.